Welcome to the Not Nerd Podcast. I'm Nate Heath, and we are here to help you tech better. Here with me, as always, Mr. Dave Baylor.
Well, hello there from down under. Remember, I
Oh,
said I was going to try out these new
yeah,
things.
new
How did I do?
catchphrases.
New catchphrases. Yeah. I don't really want to talk about it because it might spoil it. But if you're watching Strange New Worlds, the new Star Trek show, they
As
always,
we all are.
as we all are, Captain
Kirk.
Picard goes, "Make it so." And other people, and the new guy says, "Hit it." So they had Spock on there, and he was supposed to pick a catchphrase to launch the ship. So I won't spoil what it was, but if you're curious, you can watch it
Yes,
online streaming on Paramount Plus. So there you go.
there you go. And our producer, Dr. R.I.P. VHS, is
Oh,
in the house and said, a cold opening?
yes. Hey, and I got to tell you, is this the time where we could show our producer?
Oh, yeah, why
Okay.
not? We'll
Yeah,
get back
so,
to it later in the
oh, will we?
Yeah, let's
Let's wait.
hold off till
Okay.
our last piece of follow-up. A little teaser for some producer artwork that will be incoming that is pretty, I believe, to quote a wise man, amazeballs.
Yes, a very wise man, if I do say
Yes.
so myself. So what does he mean by cold open? Did our intro not play?
I
That's
don't
frightening.
know. Maybe it was just the fact that your impression, your catchphrase was a little cold. Or maybe he
Oh,
was late. Who knows? Who
who
knows?
knows? Anyway, what do we got going on today? I know that there's something on top of your head that we need to talk about.
Yes, yes. I mentioned last week that I did not get a chance to get out a hat to represent Maui, and I thought about actually putting a camera up to show me, but I do not get embarrassed often. My garage is a bit embarrassing at the
Mm.
moment, but I was able to reach up to the hats, and I went past four non-Maui specific Hawaii hats and found a Maui hat in
Why?
solidarity, and even got out a little wave
Oh,
wave
that's
shirt
kind of
there, going away
nice.
from the plaid as kind of a makeup for being a week late on the Maui hat.
I kind of
So,
like that. Yes, you
but
look
yeah,
very
this one's got
stylish.
the I don't know, the leaves on the
Yeah,
bill.
is that what they make the crowns
Oh yeah,
for the guys in Rome? What the heck plant is that?
olive branches.
Olive
I don't know.
branch. Maybe it's an olive branch, but I see
Yeah,
a
so
lot
I'm
of
extending an olive branch to Maui, but
right.
I was a week late with a Maui hat. But oh, or Todd said the intro did not play.
Interesting. Todd, we're gonna test out a sound effect right now, and you let us know if it plays. Um, it's gonna be our bonus odd take. I think he's just not. Did you hear that, Nate? You heard it.
Yes, yes, I did hear that.
All cool
So,
people would hear it. But anyway, he can get back to he can get back to us on that.
yes,
But
yes. And while we wait on our producer Todd, we will get into some follow-up.
yes, today, what do we got lined up?
Yes, he said that one did play. But
Mm,
this one, I got an email this week from our friends at Backblaze, and they've
mm-hmm.
got some product and pricing updates that
Oh,
are
that's
coming up.
exciting.
Yeah, so they're raising the prices a bit, but they're also adding in some features. So they're doing
Mm,
it the way companies should do it. But really, for the average user, I think right now it's $70 a year or $7 a month, and it's going up to $9 a month and $90 a year.
hmm.
I believe is what the new pricing is. Yes, or $99 a year. Or you can do $189 for 2 year subscription plans. But you're now, I think, previously for the entry level, you got 30 days of extended or of version history. So,
Mm-hmm.
like if I deleted something 32 days ago, and I just realized it today and went into Backblaze. It wouldn't keep all that history. They're bumping that up to a year
Oh,
of version
wow.
history for all your files, so that'll be a nice one. They're changing some of their other stuff too, but I thought I don't think it goes into effect October 3rd. I believe is the date. I just want to confirm that, but that would be a great reminder if you keep thinking, oh man, I should really sign up for Backblaze. I hear about them talk about it all the time, and I know one backup is none backup.
That's right, Nate. You can't move forward without backing up. Behold the power of backup. And I hope the
Yes.
sound effects worked on that, or else I'm just going to look like an idiot saying that in such a weird way.
No,
But there you go.
hopefully they are working now. So, now would be if you want to get in at that $7 a month, or purchase a year for $70 with their personal backup. It's unlimited cloud, very secure computer backup. My kind of server PC that I have, the Windows computer, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think I've got 20 terabytes or something backing up to Backblaze, and I pay the same as somebody that's doing a couple megabytes. So I am a huge fan of Backblaze. Go through our links. Um, I'll have one in the show notes, and then I'll also put one up on notpicks.com because we are a partner with them and get a little kickback if people sign up for Backblaze. But
And I'm still trying to figure out how to connect to their like deep freeze storage, their cold storage that
oh
just
yes,
trickles
the
for my,
B2 Clouds business,
yeah, for my
whatever that one is.
Synology.
Yes, so
Just
they've got this little banner on their main website. Let's see, that would be megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, quadrabytes,
oh my,
petabytes.
what are we doing here?
They have six, is it heptabytes? Whatever. The number is 30933614108213300000. That's how many bytes they have. If you just go to backblaze.com, probably click on the logo up there in the corner,
Oh, I
Dave.
see. On their main
Just as
page.
like their, yeah, scroll down a little bit there,
Oh
and there
boy,
it is. That's a big number.
that is more than two.
Yes, it is. Septa, whatever, a lot of bytes of data. And yeah, so I saw that article, and somebody that should have took that into consideration, I saw this week from the Independent. South Yorkshire Police admits losing 3 years worth of officer body cam footage.
Oh, how convenient. Why didn't they
Police
lose their,
force says around 69 cases have been affected by the loss of footage.
why weren't their pay stub and financial stuff lost?
Yes.
No, they got paid, but no, the camera
Ugh,
footage is gone. That sounds
yes.
fishy to me.
And it sounds like there was an update where maybe it was a breach or something. No, it just got deleted.
Hmm. Some guy
So
said, "Should I delete it?" Oh, here I'm down in the ads.
no, get away from the
Why does the
ads.
Independent
Back
have ads on the bottom?
because it is a website that
Okay.
tries to make money.
Well, that's
Uh,
unfortunate. Sorry about that, everyone in the UK.
Yes. And Chris K has joined us. Speaking of K's, half the show is wondering if the sounders are working correctly. LOL.
Totally.
And yes, hello to you, Chris. And hola to my wife. Uh,
Mrs. Heath.
in parts unknown.
I'm pretty sure she's probably downstairs, but
Oh, yes, yes,
I mean, I don't know. I'm not, well, maybe I am at your house. How do you know?
yes, exactly. Well, good news. We've got another Max service.
Oh, yeah? What's the
Yes,
this time?
CNN Max. Because remember, if you remember, it was not too
Wait,
long ago they tried CNN Plus,
you skipped an
which went
article,
down
but
in a burning haze, blaze of glory.
yeah.
Wow, that was a tough one. But yeah, CNN, it's going to be part of Max, which most people would call HBO Max. They're going to have their own hub within that,
Oh boy.
CNN Max. So if 24 hours a day of CNN is not enough, you can sign up for Max and get extra. And I don't know quite what's going
Hey
on
Nate.
because Dave just disappeared. And so I'm just going to keep talking because sometimes it works even though I can't see anything. Let me know what is going on.
Just
Oh,
keep
it has
talking.
not caught up yet on the live stream, so we will see
Can you hear me,
what
Nate?
happens with our YouTube video. We had been doing good with having any glitches or
There we
anything.
go. I for some reason my thing closed, but we were streaming the whole time, so I don't know what you were saying. I
Okay.
just couldn't hear you.
We see and hear Dave, my wife said.
Yeah.
And so I was talking into the ether the entire time. I said some amazing things,
That's okay.
but I've already forgotten them. But yes, I don't know when it cut out on the fact that if 24 hours of CNN is not enough for you, you can now subscribe to Max from HBO and get the CNN hub with more content than 24 hours a day of CNN.
You know, the problem with CNN and their 24 hours a day is that they basically have to invent content,
Yes.
aka they're inventing news, which
Yes.
leads to like errors and opinions that aren't facts that people are just BSing and people take it. So it's caused a lot of problems over the years.
Yes.
CNN is the catalyst for all of this fake news. It's huge because they just
Yes.
sit around and talk about crap without any information. I can imagine the CNN Plus hub, whatever. It's just going to be more. It's got to. We got to let's invent more content. That's not
Yes.
really news.
No. Yes. I believe I can say, even though we are the most nonpartisan tech podcast on the internet, I believe everybody can be on the same page and agree that the world would be a better place without the 24-hour cable news networks. But then we
Yes,
have social media, which is just 24-hour news
it's
stuff,
kind
at
of
least.
replaced it, hasn't it?
Yes, yes. That just I don't I used to, I mean, I've talked about it a million times, watch the local news every day and if something big was happening, I'd go to CNN or Fox and try to switch between them, see what both sides were. But
Hmm.
I have stopped watching the news and because the nice thing about getting my news from X is I can get both sides of the story, but I can just keep scrolling and see what people have to say and know enough. Read the headlines. That's all you have to do.
You haven't completely switched over to Threads. I'm so uh,
Yes,
surprised.
we've got a Threads mention coming up in
Mm,
just the headlines. So a little
mm.
teaser there.
Yeah,
Be listening
and as you
carefully there.
jump down to CNN Max, which was the crux of all of our problems, you missed the
Oh,
Amazon
I know. I got so
article.
excited about CNN
Yeah.
Max. I will move that down in our show notes. And Amazon launches a Fire TV channels app with 400 plus free ad supported TV channels. So this is very much like Pluto TV, Roku TV. Everybody's got these, what they're calling fast, free ad supported television. So if you use an Amazon Fire device, you can now access this. And my guess would be that it would be coming to other devices as well, because if they can still show the ads, they can still make money. But yeah,
If
get
you've
one of these apps, get the Love Boat channel, and you never need to watch CNN again.
Well, they say it's, free ad-supported television. I feel like it's more television-supported ad network. It's there's
Yes,
ads
yes.
everywhere, and then they sprinkle a couple of seconds of programming in there, and then there's more ads again. So
Yes,
anyway,
yes. And they do have right there in the article, it says including ABC News. So if you need 24-hour news channel for free, you can get ABC News
hmm,
through the Amazon Fire TV. It's got a real ring to it. The Amazon Fire TV Channels app.
whew, that is just rolls right off the tongue there, doesn't it?
Yes, yes, but yeah, I used the Pluto TV one, but there are several of these apps. Freevee, which is also owned by Amazon, Pluto, Tubi, Roku Channel, and Crackle.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of these fast apps now. If you just need something on in the background or want it, that you can find some good movies, good shows on there, and just go check it out.
You
So,
can decide to watch Tubi or not Tubi.
ooh, I
That's
smell
the
a show
question.
title.
That's the question, everyone.
Yes, yes. Well, it's been a long time since we've had any stories about Epic, the gaming app store, whatever they're trying to
Yeah,
do.
the ones
But
suing Apple.
yes, they are offering developers 100% of net revenue for 6 months of EGS, Epic Game Store exclusivity. So they were
Wow.
trying to get people to develop for Epic, and obviously Fortnite was their big game that brought them on the scene, but they're really trying to make a break into the app world, and they're hoping that eventually on iOS they'll be able to have an app with all their apps underneath it and do all that stuff. Have you kept up with the Epic stuff, or you're still Fortniting?
Well, I got to tell you, there's a new season of Fortnite that just came out a few days ago. I signed up for the Battle Pass, and I'm at level 4 or 5, 6 or something like
Nice.
that. So I'm plugging along. Actually, it might be more than that. But anyway, I still play Fortnite, not quite religiously. I actually dumped out of the last season and didn't complete it. But I like Fortnite, and I like a lot of Epic game stuff. But this this whole idea of trying to go after Apple and persecute them for taking an industry standard amount, and then
Yeah.
they make their own store which is going to be exactly the same with these caveats. I mean, I would say that, hey, we're going to, just so that we can get exclusive access to your game, we're going to do this huge incentive. I mean, that might be a little antitrust category there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nobody else can really offer to give up 100% of the revenue
Yes.
for 6 months. So they're kind of making their own little walled garden. So it's the hypocrisy just drips out of Epic, and that's what drives me crazy about all of this stuff. But I guess you got to give it to them for being innovative and trying to make money.
Yeah. That's a thing. Speaking of innovative, in other gaming news this week, I happened to see this, and you said you saw it around as well. We've got a new plus item in the ecosphere, the Atari 2600
Yeah,
Plus.
everybody wants to plus everything. And
Yes.
now introducing Not Nerd Plus for
Yes.
$29.99 per month. You can support the Not Nerd network, and we will stream all the episodes. We have a channel that just plays them back to back
Oh, yeah, there we
loops.
go. Maybe we can get a deal with
Yeah,
Amazon Fire TV channels app.
you just turn it on and it starts wherever it is and just
You just
loops around.
start watching not I like that idea.
Yeah.
We should pitch that to them. But yes, the Atari 2600 Plus, which is looks exactly like the Atari 2600. It accepts both 2600 and 7800 game cartridges, but it has been slightly updated. Instead of coaxial or like two screws with wire nuts that it originally had. It now has HDMI output. It has widescreen mode. I believe it has USB on it, I heard.
Mm,
And it comes with a cartridge with 10 games preloaded onto that. And on top of everything else, it's got wood grain on the front. You
it
had me at
does.
wood grain, Atari.
You know what would be great is if it was actual veneered wood this time versus
Yes.
the sticker that they put on there. That would be really cool. Yeah.
Yes. So,
So I don't know, it was a year or two ago they came out with Atari Anniversary or something like that.
yeah, like the 40th anniversary edition or something.
Yeah, well, one was just a software package where you could buy it for Xbox or Switch or
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation, and you could play hundreds of games. And then they had like a mini console, just like everybody else. They had a little miniature console, and then they had like a super duper console that they were gonna. Actually, I might be confusing between that other one, but it was supposed to be like this super duper computer, like a new console. but it could play the old games too. So this is a completely different item. This is just a throwback retro device. So I mean, you got to give it to Atari. They're just throwing stuff at the wall to see
Yeah.
what sticks. And is it really Atari anyway? I think all of that
Oh
Nolan
yes, it
Bushnell and all that
passed.
stuff, they've sold all those assets to somebody else. So I don't even know
Yes.
who runs
Hey,
it these days.
but wood grain and a couple comments in the live stream.
Mm.
Thank you to those who have joined. Chris said, as soon as you said something positive about X, the stream paused. And he also said Roku is greater than Fire TV, which I think I would probably agree with that in
I
general, that
agree
I
with
would
that.
recommend Roku products over the Amazon.
Yeah.
And then Todd said, I wonder how that differs from that handheld Atari plug and play thing that came out years ago. Didn't that have at least 10 games on it? I found one at the bins but never plugged it in. So that was like the mini one that just had all the games pre programmed in.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
got like the
meant to be a
two.
little more truer to the original.
Well, the big thing
Um,
on this is that it plays actual cartridges. So if you, for instance, have pole position on your
yes.
Atari system, you could plug it right in there. Although, what system is this for? This is for the.
Looks like the same size and shape,
I
but
don't know what system this is for. The original Atari, whatever that one is. So anyway, I've got a bunch of them up here. I could show you.
as
Or
do I
wait,
in my garage.
let's see if
Let's
we
see
can
if it held on today on the wide angle cam.
the wide angle, the Instacam. Oh, where?
No, nope.
No.
That's me. I see it up in the corner
Hold
there.
on, what happened to my Instacam? Oh boy, we're seeing all kinds
Oh
of stuff here that
boy.
we don't want to see. That's okay.
Uh,
Live video,
Again, audio listeners, you are missing out if
you're
you are
missing
not
out.
tuned in via YouTube, either live or afterwards.
So up there, I've got a
Yes.
bunch, and I can stand up and get them, I guess. What's the worst that could happen? My entire shelf could fall
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
Oh boy. So here on the Instacam,
Nice.
we better
Nice
switch
little
back to the to the Dave cam here.
before people zoom in too much to their
Well, you just couldn't really see
Casino,
it.
Star Raiders, Mousetrap, Skyjinx,
Yeah.
Stampede, Combat, Space Invaders, and Demons to
Yeah,
Diamonds.
I currently do not have a physical hardware device to play these games on, but I can play them through software emulation,
Yes.
which is is where it's at for me. So I probably won't be buying one of these Atari 2600 pluses, although it'd be cool since I have some
Yeah.
cartridges just to try them out.
Yeah. Yeah. For a old school retro gamer, I think they start shipping in November, and they're
Hmm.
doing some other packages with the paddle controllers and stuff like that. So you can just go to
Yeah.
Atari.com and find out everything you want to know.
Well, I mean, if I put out a couple more episodes of Dave Plays Games, then Atari will probably just hook me up with one
Yeah,
to
that's
see
true. That's
to
true.
review
You're
it.
almost to the free system level, so you need to get on those Dave Plays games. Do we have 2 episodes public?
Maybe two or three. I'm not
And I think
sure.
there's one private sitting in our YouTube
Yeah,
account that was never published. So
there was one amazing one where I was trying to play and I couldn't get under a thing. I played for like 2 minutes and I'm like, and I just had to shut it off because uh,
no,
the
make it real.
instruction
Show the pain.
the instruction said press X to crouch or whatever, and I didn't
No,
see that because I was looking
yes,
somewhere else and it disappeared. And I'm like, I just have to quit this game. I don't know how to get under this thing. It was in the tutorial. It was really bad. So that's the type of content you can get if you watch Dave Plays Games, is me not understanding that have to go under a thing
yeah,
to continue the tutorial. But,
yes.
whatever.
Well, you know what Dave always understands? Dave's pro tip of the week.
Yes. And this week, let me get my affairs in order. Uh, this one is search the web by voice. Now, we all know if we go to our web browsers here,
You're doing this on your phone
I'm doing it on my
device.
phone, and the funny thing is I'm on X right now, the X web page, or something of X. Can't talk about X. So let's go to a new tab, which I am desperately trying to figure out how to do. Here we go. So here's a new tab on my phone. Just
Yeah.
willing, nothing in there, nothing in there. Here, let me go to my other camera angle here. And one of these days in the future, so again, a little bit of tease for future episodes, I'll have my phone connected so that I don't have to hold it up to the camera.
Nice.
But I don't want to do all this technology at, in one episode. I want to piece it out over time, right? So we all know that you can tap in the little field, the keyboard comes up, and then you could hit your little microphone and you could dictate into the thing. But I'm going to give you one better. If you're like, let's say you're walking the dog and you have one hand on the leash, you should leash your pets. I think in all municipalities they should be leashed unless you're at a dog park. That's a pet pro tip. There we
There
go.
you go.
Well, all you have to do is tap and hold. Let me back up a little. Tap and hold, and boom, look at that. Voice search right
Oh.
there. So I'm walking the dog and I say, "Hey, search for pizza places or whatever." And I'm gonna stop talking. And is it, yeah. And then if you wait a second, then it just does it. So
Oh, nice.
there you go. That is a quick way to use your
Less
voice
typing.
to search the web on Safari on iOS. You just tap and hold, text, talk, or talk to text, and Bob's your uncle. So there you go. I didn't know this tip before. I'm
Very
always going to
nice.
the keyboard and
Yeah.
hitting the
That
little
would be so much
dictation thing.
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
like it.
but most of the time I just type it in with my fingers too. So
Yes.
that is
Yes.
an option
Well,
still.
speaking of X,
Yeah.
and when I opened up my web browser on my phone, I was brought to guesstrumpsweight.com, which was made by Mark of the Mark and Toddcast, and they talked about it
Oh
on their last
yes. I heard
podcast
that.
episode because when he turned himself in, they were supposed to take his height and weight. Well, apparently it was self-reported. He said that he was 6'3" and 215 pounds, which that seems a little bit lighter than what one would imagine. And most people don't think he's 6'3", but Donald Trump nearly broke the internet and nearly broke X by posting his mugshot, and the mugshot pictures on X were endless, and the memes were endless. So if you're not on X, you're missing out on all all the fun. But
And Nate, as a production note,
yes,
your video to me is was starting to break up a little bit. You're still looking good on the stream, so I just want you to double check to make
let's
sure that
see.
Backblaze didn't hear you talking about it and start it up.
It
So,
is not Backblaze. It's the Adobe updater apparently decided that it needed to do
hmm
some updates. So
well, there you
hopefully
go.
that is finished. It looks like it is slowed down in trip mode.
And
Uh,
my apologies to those watching who you were talking, and I just had it on my angle as I was trying to determine what was going.
nice.
And I was like, oh, they're just looking at me while you talk. How wonderful! It's
Hey,
a good thing that I look good.
yes, yes. Well, I may
Oh,
not look good,
yeah.
but I do have everybody's favorite segment, just the headlines. And here we go. Scientists strengthen concrete by 30% with used coffee grounds. Paper straws not so eco-friendly. 90% contain toxic forever
Oh
chemicals.
no.
Kids, plug your ears. OnlyFans users spent more than 5 billion with a B last year as the number of creators surged 47%.
What's OnlyFans?
Threads on the web widely rolling
Oh,
out.
yay! Mm-hmm.
Zoom CEO says Zoom meetings hinder innovation and debate, wants employees back in the office.
Hmm. It's a little off-brand, but go on.
Slightly. And those are just the headlines.
And Nate, I think we were going to show something when we were talking about the
Oh,
Atari.
days. Yeah, I
I
should have just done it in the beginning. Okay, so
yeah,
we'll
I
do a
don't.
little back step.
Yeah, so talking about the Atari 2600 and the wonderful games and all that stuff we were talking about, show producer Todd made a wonderful, I don't even want to say it. He made something wonderful, and he posed in a picture with this wonderful thing and an Atari joystick trying to emulate what's in the picture. And without further ado,
Yes,
here
the
it is.
unveiling.
There it is in all its
Yes.
glory. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? He,
He's got the one and only in existence that we know about Dave Drone Show Art T-shirt.
and how did he even get that picture? Did you send that to him?
I think I did for one of his shows or something. He was doing something with it. He is our producer, officially our unofficial producer now,
Mm-hmm.
so he has access to things that some might not. But yes, Todd has created a Dave Drone T-shirt, so
Yeah, it's
we've got
amazing.
to get some merch going.
Yeah, 99.99. You can have your own
Yes,
version. They only come in triple XL.
yes, indeed. Night shirt, the Dave Drone night shirt. But
And they come with
yes,
some
thank you
clamps.
for
You can roll the
remembering
back
that.
around and put some clamps on, and you'll be good to go.
Once again, if it's not written down, it doesn't exist. Should have put something in the show
We
notes to make
should
sure we
have.
got that. But it all comes together because we got it. But let us move on to our takes of the week. We've got more gaming news. This has become a gaming episode.
It has.
Uh, I'm not up to speed as you are on all things gaming, but Sony's portable PlayStation Portal launches later this year for $199.99.
I have some thoughts on this.
Yes.
Don't buy it.
Okay.
Anyone.
Done.
This is the dumbest thing. If you want to play Nintendo games, you can buy a Nintendo Switch. You can hook it up to the TV you already have. You can just look
Yes.
at the thing as it is. Uh, if you want to play Xbox, you buy the thing back there and you hook it to your TV. Well, or if you want a Steam Deck, which is like a Linux computer that runs all your Steam games and all this other stuff, you can install anything on it you want. It's like a little computer. It's slightly more expensive than this. I could buy a Nintendo Switch Lite for $199, or I could get Sony's portable PlayStation Portal, which requires a $400 PlayStation and then a $200 device to connect to that
Yeah.
PlayStation. I'm in it like $700 by the time
Ah,
I'm done. What is the purpose of this thing? You can
yeah.
only stream games from your PlayStation to this thing. That's it. You can't take them
Yeah.
with you. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so you got to be in your same house, and I have to imagine that nearly everyone with a PS5 has a dedicated TV to that. It's not like, oh, the wife wants to watch her soaps. I can't play PlayStation 5 right now. I'll grab the portable and I can play off that for a while. Yeah, this is a very odd product.
It would have been different. I mean, Nintendo made this mistake like 10 years ago with the Wii U. They made
Yeah.
this wonderful handheld pad that you could see the games on, but you had to be tethered to your console in your house. You couldn't download games to it to take with you on the road or to work or whatever, to school if you're a kid. This is such a missed opportunity. If they would have put a little processor inside where you can download some games and play
Yeah.
them on the go,
Something.
this thing would have
Give me
been,
the
they could have
10
charged,
Atari games that come with the 2600. Give me
yeah,
something on
something.
there.
They could have doubled the price if it was just a portable
Yeah.
PlayStation thing, scaled everything down, or make it more expensive, and you can put games on it, but you have to put them on there through a PlayStation.
Oh,
So they're
yeah.
getting that
Yeah.
sale, right? You can
That's still
only
tied to it.
still tied to it, but you can take it with you. But so anyway, I don't know who would buy this, why you would buy this when you could buy a Steam Deck. Or what's the other one that somebody makes that Best Buy sells? It's one of the graphic chip makers.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, just for maybe $100 more. So I don't get this product. But anyway,
No.
that's enough. We have more takes, but that is
Yes,
my hot
yes,
take for sure.
yes. And producer Todd did confirm, and that's what I thought. He said, I put the Dave VR image in almost all of the Mark and Toddcast show thumbnails, just like you guys do. The Mark and Toddcast is slowly just becoming Not Nerd
Yeah,
uh,
it's gonna be
2.
it's gonna be not nerd downtown or something like that.
Yes, yes, Not Nerd Portland edition.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, on to our next take. I saw this one and I'm just like, wow. Monster hunters descend on Scotland for the biggest Loch Ness search in 50 years. You might wonder what that has to do technology, but hundreds of monster hunters equipped with drones and infrared cameras have gathered in the Scottish Highlands with a singular goal to be the ones to finally find the Loch Ness monster.
They're
This
gonna
is going to be the time.
they're
This
just
is this is it.
this is so embarrassing. They're gonna be really, really embarrassed when they just find that big log that's been floating around for
Yes,
a hundred
yeah.
years.
Oh, yeah. So they've got all kinds of stuff, and it says, second paragraph, on Saturday, the rain was lashing and the skies were gray, hampering visibility in the search for the folkloric creature affectionately known as Nessie, the mythical monster which a legend says lives in a freshwater lake in Scotland, has eluded capture or any definitive proof of existence since its first recorded sighting in the 6th century.
I gotta look up
So
folkloric. I'm not sure that's a real word. It's not.
folkloric.
For
Folkloric isn't?
folkloric is an adjective. It's a derivative of folklore. I guess
Yes,
it's a real word. Wow.
yes.
Good job,
But yeah,
Microsoft Start.
yes, MSN.com. But yeah, so I haven't seen any updates to the article to see if they were successful. But much like they do the UFO Fest out in McMinnville and Sasquatch stuff and DB Cooper, all these things, it gives people an excuse to get all their toys out and have fun for a weekend.
Well, at
So
least
more
DB
power
Cooper
to
is a
them.
real person. Just
Yes.
went
Yeah.
missing. But anyway,
Yes, indeed. And another take here. Better.com. I don't know if we've ever even talked about them. Once valued at 7.7 billion with a B, Vishal Garg's SoftBank backed company faced a cratering stock price and no plans for profitability as it went public Thursday via a SPAC or a SPAC merger, if you may, but Better.com was the easy solution to a generation of millennials looking to buy a home, pre approved loans in minutes. And
this has
I
got
think,
Sam Bankman-Fried vibes
yeah, I
all
know
over it.
they went public on Friday, I think it was, in the or on last Wednesday, the stock price plummeted 94% in the one day of trading from 17.44 to $1.15 a share.
Holy cow. Now's the
Yes,
time
and
to get in, folks.
yes, and the time we might have talked about Better.com was in 2021 when he fired 900 employees on a Zoom call. I think we might have covered that story, but we didn't focus on the Better.com part. But yeah, to go public and lose 94% of your share value in one day,
That is
not a
insane.
good place to be.
Insane in
Yes,
the
indeed.
membrane, as they say.
Yes, and I didn't come across a security and privacy story that I needed
Hmm.
to cover this week. I'm sure there is many, and my brain has just started tuning them out. But we get to go straight to our bonus take.
I accidentally hit the um, because you say grab the mic, I accidentally hit the sound effect. So part of that will say be
We'll
echoey,
have
but
some
that's okay.
echo to it. Hey,
Yeah.
that's all right for the bonus odd take. This is another one from offsited.key.org, and it
Mm-hmm.
is very minimalist movie posters, and these are truly impressive with single lines.
Let's see if we can
Um,
guess what these are. I've not looked at this, and
oh,
it's cut
okay,
off
yeah,
the
you have
page.
to just look at the top there. Don't scroll down. Guess what
Okay.
that is?
Mm,
It is a single red line that fades out. It goes up and to the right, and it is faded. So
is
you
it
would think of red things that would go up into the air. I'll give you some hints.
is it Interstellar?
No, it's a much more famous movie. The first one was in the 70s. Uh,
2001?
the Man in Red, a superhero. I'll give you more hints here.
Oh, Superman?
Superman.
Okay.
Superman. So now that you kind of get the gist, scroll
There needs
down a
to be
little
some
bit.
yellow in there so I could, yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
it is Superman right there. Christopher
Yes, it
Reeve.
does say. So
Okay.
this one, you have a green and red lines intersecting. It makes an X. So all of these, it is just intersecting lines that describe a
Hmm.
movie.
Uh,
Also from the 70s.
Man. Is
These
it a
are very
superhero movie?
powerful lights. No, no. I'm
I
trying to
can't.
think of hints that
Todd, are you gonna weigh in here?
nobody's chiming in yet. If they're watching on the live stream and the audio listeners, maybe you clicked on the link to go look at it. I'm giving you a hint. These are very powerful lights that come from someone's hand. Something that
Oh, this is Star Wars.
yes, Star Wars Episode 4
Okay.
or Episode 6, sorry, Return of the Jedi.
Hmm. Yeah.
This next one, I don't even know what the movie is. Oh, yes, I do. Sorry, I just saw the first line of it.
Is this
I will give you
Clockwork
one hint.
Orange?
No, I will give you one hint. Submarine.
The Hunt for Red October.
Yes, nice
Okay.
work. Make that one a little easier for you. In the next one, we have
Oh,
two lines that fade into the distance.
Back to the Future.
Nice. You're getting the hang of it now. So, these classic movie posters from Michael Krasnopolsky.
Nailed
But
it.
as
Oh,
I often do.
there's
He's got a
more.
bunch more if you click through to his website. But yeah, fun little project to minimalist movie posters
Boosters.
or posters. But yeah, it's
This is
very creative.
X-Men,
I
I
love
think.
this kind of stuff.
No,
Somebody that
shoot.
goes through and tries to create. So you can play yourself at home. Just scroll the page slowly, try to guess the movie, and then it's got
Mm,
the title there for you. So
Very cool. I like that.
yes.
Very, very good. Nice
Yes, and
work.
you know what I like? Our repicks of the week.
Your microphone kind of glows there a little bit under your
Yeah, it's
lights. It's very cool looking. Well, my repick of the week, and this, correct me if I'm wrong, is the last.
yeah. This is the last of our all repick August, and I was thinking as I was looking through the spreadsheet of some of our older picks, I was thinking that we might do maybe a don't pick December, going through some of our previous picks and letting people know, hey, you know what? Maybe we've got something else that would be better than this pick.
I'm
The
looking at
one that
you,
I always see
Anchor
is,
Webcam.
yeah, CISO, the comedy streaming service that did not. I mean, you couldn't pick it because it doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, all repicks August is finishing up, so we each have three last repicks: software, hardware, and others. So get us going, Dave.
Yeah, so the software, if you recall from, and I'm sure you do, episode 84 titled Piggyback on Pebby Bick, which I don't know what that means. It's
That's the fun of it. Our show titles lose their meaning quickly.
July 20th, 2017, and of
Wow.
course the one I'm talking about is Game Pigeon. What is
Yes.
Game Pigeon, might you ask? Well, Game Pigeon is um, it's a little plugin for for iMessage, and you can start a myriad of games
Oh,
with your
yes.
friends and play them via iMessage. You do a move, it sends them a thing, they click a link, they do the move, and it never leaves iMessage. It stays within iMessage the whole time. So,
Yes.
Game Pigeon, you can play asynchronously or synchronously with your friends. So, this might be fun. Maybe I ought to send one of these to Elliot in Australia so that we can
Oh, yes.
I'll do like Connect Four, and then 18 hours later, he'll do a
Yeah,
Connect Four,
exactly.
and then I'll do another one. It's kind of like playing chess. So that's Game Pigeon. It's
Yeah.
free. free,
Free
or
with
I
some
think it's
in-app
free.
purchases.
Yeah, they have a
Yeah,
store.
you can for $5 you can get all the pool cues,
Yeah,
or
there's
for $1.99 you can get the pool cues evil pack. Pool was a very popular game on this.
yes, yes. So anyway, that is
Game
Game
Pigeon.
Pigeon, and then
Nice.
my hardware. I mean, I I can't. I got like 90 of these just laying around.
Yes.
This is called an iPad.
Oh, I've heard of
Have you
these.
heard of an iPad?
Yes.
iPad hardware pick. This was episode 94 titled Hey Siri, down Periscope! Exclamation point from September 28th, 2017. And you're like,
Yes.
that's not a special pick. The price of that iPad was $329. Guess what you can go to the store and pick up today? The ninth generation iPad, $329. So, man,
Very nice.
so you it's actually cheaper now than it's ever been because of inflation. It's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
like 10% cheaper now than it used to be, and it's so much better than it was before.
Yes. Yeah, the ninth generation on Amazon right now is $279 for the entry level 64 gig one. Now there is the 10th generation
That's
iPad which
different.
switched to the USB-C and it's a little different, but the ninth generation it's still got Lightning on there. $279 and you're still getting a new iPad.
Yeah. And if you go on Apple's website, they're 329. So I would buy it on Amazon if I were you.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like if you people come all the time, they're like, "Oh, well, I was looking at the Fire tablets,
No,
and then I was like, there's this new Android one out that's really cool, and blah blah." And I'm just like, go buy the $329 iPad
yeah.
and don't look back. There's nothing out there that's any better than that. Other
No.
iPads, of course, but anyway, that's my hardware pick. And then finally, I've been kind of on this kick lately with my new Regal Movie Pass that I re-upped and been watching stuff, and I've talked about, well, in the tech ether is the new call sheet app from Casey Liss, which everybody's
Oh,
going
yeah.
goo goo gaga over. It's kind of like IMDb or whatever. It's guys, it's not that good. I mean, use the free version, I guess, but it's sparse. It's not great. It's probably better than IMDb because there's ads everywhere in the thing.
Hmm.
But if you just want to have an app that behaves like IMDb should behave, that app is called Reelgood,
Yeah.
Reel, like a film reel. And you just sign up for a free account. You link all the services that you have in your arsenal, which for me is many, like all
Yes.
of these, that with check marks. I have access to all these. So
That
anyway,
is a lot.
yeah, it's a lot. But then you go in and you say, I want to watch the Meg. So Meg 2 is coming out. This is the big
Mm.
megalodon with Jason
Well, yes.
Statham, or however you say his name. So I type in Meg. They both come up. I type in, or I tap the Meg 1. I can mark that I've seen it, which I have, the first one. And if I wanted to watch again, look, I can play it on HBO Max. It connects the information to the services that I have and tells me where I can watch it. You can kind of do that on IMDb, but since it's owned by Amazon, guess where they try to make you
Try to get you
see
to go every time.
everything on
Yeah.
Amazon? So I don't know how this thing makes money. I guess they probably have ads in here or something. There may be a pay service. I've never paid a dime for this thing. But look, you can see the cast and crew. Let's see. Let's find. Did I click on the wrong one? Where's Jason? Jason Statham. Oh, here's the thing: is that it's doing everybody uh, named Meg
Alphabet. Oh,
because it was still in the search. It's everybody in the entire database. But anyway, if you don't put a search term in, it should show you the cast and crew for that particular movie. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. It's got information. Here's a random one. Lost Treasures of Egypt is a documentary from 2024. Look, if I want to watch it, I can watch it on those services right there. So go get it. Real good. And I would
real
be
good.
remiss if I didn't say that it's Real good.
Mm, true, true. I think I downloaded that and I watched so few movies that I never used it,
It's
but
not for you.
I do understand the value in it. So, well, for my picks this week, my software pick. I think I picked this one a couple times, but one of the times I picked it was on episode 219, Trendy Dystopian Products from February 19th of 2020, which is ironic that in February of 2020 we were talking about dystopia
Mm.
with things that were coming over the next couple months. But anyways, this app is a Mac and iOS app and it is called Paste. And
Mm.
what it is a copy and paste manager. And
Okay.
so what you do, I've got a shortcut on my little mouse. If I press the top little side button, it pulls it up on the bottom of my screen, and it keeps a history of everything that I have copied, images, colors, URLs, everything. So if I need to go back and look at something and copy it again, or if I'm, for clients, a lot of times I'm doing like MailChimp emails and they give me a document and I've got to copy different sections, paste different sections. I can manage all that. I can copy a bunch of stuff at one time and then I can paste it. I can go back. You can set how long the history goes. I can have like bookmarked things. So, like in the YouTube thing, it always says for full links and show notes, go to. I've got that
Mm-hmm.
saved in there so I can just hit the little thing, copy it over, common links that I use. I cannot express or help people understand enough, I don't think, how useful having a clipboard manager is and how much it's changed my productivity. Now,
It's
I've
one
mentioned this
thousand four
before.
hundred and $99 or
I
fourteen
think
thousand
that's,
ninety nine.
and I I think it's 14.99 a year, but it is part of an even better pick is SetApp, which is the subscription for a bunch of Mac apps, a bunch of stuff that we talk about all the time, like Trip Mode that I was talking about earlier. Paste is in there. A ton of great apps where you pay, what is it, $10 a month and you get access to all these apps. But Paste, and it can work between your Mac and your phone, so you can
Hmm.
have it on your phone or your iPad
That's
and
pretty
pull up your
cool.
clipboard history to, if you've got a link on your computer, or that you copied yesterday and you're on your phone, you're like, what was that link? I want to send it to somebody. You can pull that up. Now on Windows, for our Windows users, there is a built-in um, clipboard. It's just called Clipboard. And the reason why I found out about it is on Mac, you hit Command C and V to copy and paste, but on Windows, you hit Control C and V. And if I'm remoted into a PC from my Mac and I hit Command C, it actually pops up and is like, you haven't set up Clipboard yet. It's not as fully featured as Paste, but I'm telling you, if you use your computer, if you copy things and then paste them or need to remember them later, uh, check out Paste. Get a Mac
Mm.
if you don't have one, and get SetApp and then install Paste.
Wow. That
Um,
seems so simple.
yes, yes. For my hardware pick, now I was going to. I picked a million different times lighting stuff, and I had found one in our spreadsheet, a Ulanzi little photo light. But I was looking that one up, and it's not quite as good. So I'm going to repick. I've picked Neewer, and we've talked about the brand Neewer a lot, and they make a lot of products. But I have got in my hand two little lights. This one, right now, you can get it for like $18. It's multicolor, charges with USB-C, and you
Show
can
me a
just turn it
green
on,
color there.
and
I'd
you can
prove that it's
do.
in color. Oh.
There's blue, and you can choose all your different. Trying to, and then I've got this other one. This one was a little bit more, but not much, and it's also multicolored, but
Mm.
it's got a magnet in the back, and it's kind of curved,
Why aren't you
um,
using those all the time on the show? Yeah, just like that.
just like that. That makes for. I thought about actually having one of them going for the 400th episode, and then I didn't get around to it. My side light that I use that fills the side of my face, it's a
Hmm.
newer light. So I'll have a link, but They're very reasonably priced. They have a 20% off coupon on this little square one right now. This one's got the hot shoe mount,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's got cold shoe mounts up here, or all cold shoe. This one has tripod things. But again, if you're taking a lot of pictures, if you're taking videos, you need some lighting. I have more than enough lighting, so if you live close to me, uh, stop by. Maybe I'll find some and throw them at you.
Well, I'm
But
really interested in that
newer,
one that has tripod thing. You
the
must be,
tripod thing.
yeah, you must work in the movie industry with all these terms.
Yes, tripod thing.
I think it's
Quarter
the cold
20.
shoe. I think
Cold
it's cold
chew, quarter
shoe.
20, yes, all that stuff. But have some lights around it. Comes in real handy. Actually, I have a bigger panel one that's battery powered, and we were in Sun River. We were looking for frogs at night with the kids walking around, and
Mm.
that thing was perfect. It would light up the whole sidewalk. So lights, and specifically ones from Neewer
The
are
only one
really
I
great.
the only one I have is the one that came with the video camera that we bought in that kit
Yeah.
like 900 years ago. But I gotta tell you,
Does that one take batteries, or
it
is it rechargeable?
takes a rechargeable battery, which
Okay.
you have to charge in a separate charger.
Oh,
But
yes.
maybe I
And
should be using this high quality light. Look at
there
this.
you go.
Man, I could
So
really
nice and
improve
soft on the
some
side of your
things.
face there.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, you can find a million different things on Amazon. I just like the Neewer brand. I've been very happy. They've been around a long time. But yeah, if you need to take photos, if you need light, if you're doing videos, get some lighting. And there are some very small, compact, rechargeable options these days. And I think they even have like a police light mode if you were filming a scene where you need to pretend like the cops were there. You can do that,
Mm-hmm.
or a fire mode, all
Yeah.
these different things.
Kind of like
So,
my light back here. It does the
yeah, yeah, your
fire
fire
thing.
bulb back
Fire
there.
bulb. That's cool. Maybe I should have got one of those instead of my disappointing fire bulbs. We'll put that in the disappointing pick of the
Yes,
week or
the
whatever.
don't pick December.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, my other pick, this is a fun one. We've talked about this one a couple times too. Swimply. This is it's like the Airbnb of swimming pools, where you
Oh,
can
yeah, I
rent somebody's
remember.
pool for a couple hours. They've
Oh,
also expanded to like pickleball courts and different things like that. But I heard an interview with the guy.
you're a little
Um,
late. Summer's over, dude.
yeah, well, hey, we did one in the winter. There's indoor pools too, and you
Hmm.
can do all kinds of stuff. But I picked this one of the times on episode 289, a little Wi-Fi hygiene. The lights that I had picked before episode or newer was episode 329. Win one for the Giffer or Giffer
Yeah,
or Giffer,
yeah.
depending on how you say it.
Win
From
one for the Yiffer.
that was earlier this year. So, but yeah, Swimply, it's a really fun thing. I think I talked about it more recently too, because we went for my nephew's party and this great pool in Tigard. We got to go swimming, have a great time, and then you don't have to pay a pool guy. You just walk away at the end. So,
That's how you get parasites. I don't think I want to use somebody else's pool.
yes. Well, if you're not
Oh,
Dave and not scared of parasites,
hey,
check out Swimply. Rent a pickleball court instead.
yeah. Well, this
What
is a.
else do they have? Tennis, basketball hoops. You can rent somebody's yard. So, like for a party, you can rent their yard for a couple hours.
I guess so.
And
I have a quick sidestep. Was it? I don't know if it was on. If I saw it randomly, if I saw it on the Mark and Todd cast, where they said this guy got this bucket of chlorinated water. He wanted to know
oh
where the
yes,
smell
yes, it
came
was
from.
Mark Rober, I think, the famed YouTube science ex-NASA science YouTuber.
Yeah, he put the chlorine in there and it's put it in the bucket, put the lid on. Couldn't smell anything. It smelled like water. And then he put pee in the control bucket or the other bucket, and then came back and it smelled like a swimming pool.
Yes,
So
yes. The
what you
chlorine, the reaction of the chlorine in the urine is apparently what we have ingrained in our brains is the smell of a pool.
so
I've
that's
got a hat. Oh, hold on. We're going to do a mid-show hat switch. This is the first ever because we're talking about
okay.
this.
Well, I'll switch to
Hold
the
on.
Insta here. So while Nate is looking for his hat, I thought we'd do a quick tour of the
My
studio.
wife does not approve of this hat, but I got
No.
it off of another pick, Timu. There it is, Dave.
Well, I was giving everybody IP in pools. I'm not inviting you over. I tell you what, you need to go. You need to show up with that when you arrive at this pool.
Yes.
Have be
Yeah,
wearing
at
that.
every Swimply I go to, just walk in wearing this hat. I do have to say the fit of the Timu trucker hat is not ideal, but it was like a buck 37 or something like that.
Timo
Uh,
Timu is a little bit like cancer on your inbox. I went through today and had to unsubscribe.
oh,
I
yes.
don't know that it's going to be effective. I may have to block them as spam because it's like every
They
10
email
minutes.
you multiple times a day. They are eager to get you to come back and give them some more money.
Here's I know we already did our takes, but my hot take on Timu is just use AliExpress or Amazon.com. Just you don't need it. They you chase after all these coupons with all this. I'm going to put
Yes.
this and do this. Just spend $5 more and buy it from a reputable source. That's my hot take.
Yes, yes. Well, I've made a couple purchases on Temu and it's worked out okay, but yes, they will bother you endlessly. So if
Yeah,
you can get unsubscribed from the emails and then just go there every couple months and find some weird stuff to buy, uh,
I'll report back since I unsubscribed today. So
yes. And Todd says mid-show hat switch needs its own sander. And yes,
sounder.
Mark did talk about the pool urine thing on the Mark and Todd cast, and
Yeah,
he says, "Is Timu just Wish? I don't get it." And it is a new version of all these sites where they're just trying to get you to buy all kinds of random stuff. And I am a sucker for random stuff. Like in
yeah.
case you needed a mustache wall mount bottle opener,
What?
Timu's there for you.
Oh
If you
boy.
need some in this episode of What's at Nate's Desk, if you need some refillable happy water bombs,
Oh,
Timu's your place.
anything else?
I'm sure there is. I got some little Lego knockoff Lego minifigs.
Oh boy.
I know there's some around here, but in the interest of ever getting people to come back to our show, I think we should probably get around to wrapping it up. Thank you so much for those that joined the live stream. It's always fun. Monday nights, 6:30 Pacific is usually when we record. Although in a couple weeks we will have an Apple event to cover with the iPhone announcement. That should be around September 12th, I think they're saying.
Yeah.
So watch out for that. But you can always watch the show later on YouTube or in any of your podcast apps. If you want any of our picks, go to notpicks.com. And there's links to everything there, Amazon affiliate links to help us out, all kinds of good stuff. And Dave has a note before I wrap it up.
My note is I was disappointed we didn't get to use my driveway cam.
Oh yes, we've got to go out to the
The
driveway
driveway
cam.
cam. So
Wow,
uh,
look at the reflection on your windshield. That is just artistic there.
yeah,
I
and I
am
have
so
a
glad. Again, we need to get that in the show notes that we get the driveway cam in there
well, I was hoping some
every
of my
time.
neighbors would walk by. I told them about it. I'm like, if you want to
Yeah.
be famous and on the internet, and they're like,
Maybe
maybe I
while I'm
will.
reading just the headlines, we should just go to the
Oh,
driveway
that's
cam.
excellent. Let's do
Yeah.
it. Perfect.
That's new features coming all the time. That's what we do for you here
All
at Not Nerd.
the
We're
time.
always be innovating
Mm-hmm.
with our podcast, and even though we do have some glitches here and there, we are always here so you can get out there and tech better.